All right. Good evening. Welcome back to Stationeers. Gonna go back to Venus. So we made some accomplishments last time. Accomplishments. Words. So biggest is we got switchgrass. That was my number one priority last stream. We got it. And I got a couple other plants here and there. So did get some soybeans so I can start replenishing my soy oil by myself. And then I picked up cocoa, sugarcane, and also wheat. However, I don't have enough hydroponics trays yet. And looking at that right there, we need to transition some water over. If I remember correctly, I still have one drink of cool water on the outside. So I've got the hot side and the cool side separated from my drinking side. So my plants have a one-way valve, so I can dump water into them when I need to. And then my drinking water here, which can also be the plants, right there, that's separated from the hot side. Well, I guess it's the cool side and the hot side. But anyway, the water comes out of the filter here and goes through a heat exchanger here with my oxygen, which I know is a very poor solution. But now that I'm making oxygen in surplus, I figure I can get away with that a little bit easier because the oxygen will actually act as a pretty good heat sink. Now, Now, strictly speaking, oxygen does not have really that great of a specific heat. So this is a little less than a third, but not quite a quarter of what water has for specific heat. So this is 21.1 joules, and water, if I'm not mistaken, is 72. 72, yeah. So not the greatest. So for every 1 degree, I cool the same amount of water I heat for 3.5 degrees of oxygen. So, but I make small batches, good enough. And then there's volatiles, which actually have a pretty good specific heat too. And those are no longer being cooled. They are being generated through my arc furnace, which, speaking of which, I want to check on this recycler, which is done. So spit it out. Spit it out, give me that 45 biomass, which equates to about 300 and, let's see, 325, 340, so 370 mole. That's a fair amount. So I want to automate this, but I want to start out by at least hooking stuff up and having it in a seemingly methodical functionality. So Ooh, that worried me for a minute there. Boom, throw in the biomass, double check that I don't have any oxygen in the pipe. Bam, we are making biomass, or volatiles. So loading up volatiles, loading up here. And you can see this is going down, which is good. So right now I'm kind of waiting for a storm to turn on my mixer. As long as I really need to come up with a better system for monitoring this. I mean, this works. So 6.10. Okay, so I'm assuming 10 is where the green is. Not quite. I don't even know. I don't even know. That's not a temperature thing, is it? 290? No, because that's hotter.
Hunger caution.
I don't know. Not sure. But there's more charcoal, which I can shove into the generator whenever I need to. Apparently I'm making pollutant, which is fine. So speaking of which, I did have to add a little bit to, you can see that's already sucking it down to vacuum on that side. I wanted to make sure that I had enough liquid in the system. So now I've got a little bit on each side. So strictly speaking, oh, I've actually got 2 condensers. You know. Since I'm going to have these in parallel, are you set to the same? 4900 versus 4900. Yeah, so, oh, you're not even able to build the pressure to condense. That's okay. That's okay. So I can condense a lot, so the next part would be is if I want to add some evaporation. So I can have a little bit more cooling on this end, but I'll wait. I don't plan on really loading the system down that hard. So anyway, what do we want? Well, one thing I wanted to do was put an airlock on my furnace and upgrade it. One thing I do need to do that is to electrum for one thing, not arc. Advanced furnace. So I need gold, copper, steel, electrum. There's steel. Just make sure nothing's in here. Oh yeah, I had to make a new suit because Venus reminded me just how much I hate mining on Venus. Another thing I want to do is control that vent intelligently. And if I'm going to do that, I could. So I'm using 10 watts here. I could use a reader off of, I think, the vent. Let's take a look at that. Will an active vent show the outside pressure? Active vent. So logic, pressure external, pressure internal. And that might just be the safety setting, not the actual. Yeah, I think that's all it is. So it can't read. So I'd have to put a gas sensor in there and read it. So I'd have to read the sensor. I could probably get away with using a comparator without anything, maybe a memory chip. So that's 2 devices and then a writer. So that's 3. So looks like I'd be dealing with like 40 watts of electronics. For a little bit of power savings, or I can use an IC10 and run it all for an additional 10 watts. So what do? Depends on how creative we want to get. The bad thing, I wish that the logic chips were a little bit more. Yeah, 40 watts of power. I'm feeling a lot better now for sure. Not having nearly as much of a power problem since I put those solar panels in, which there's an imminent problem with those too, because I put a vent on there to suck it down to vacuum, and I forgot that the composite windows only have 200 kPa of pressure resistance. So if I ever pull it down to vacuum, I'm going to blow the windows out. Awesome. Glad to hear that you're walking, and hopefully better than those bipedal robots I've seen. Silicon. Don't need silicon. Need electrum. What else did I need? Gold, copper, steel. Electrum, solder, silicon. Okay, I did need. Ha! That's pretty bad. You'll have to work on that. The bipedal robots are walking better than you are. Come here. Alright, so electrum. I need to make electrum. Yeah, hopefully by the weekend you'll be better. So I can make this. I just need the electrum, which means I need gold, which I was out doing that before I got murdered by Venus. Duct tape. What does duct tape 2 requires? Electrum. Guess what? I need electrum. Alright. I have silver out the wazoo. So now I just need gold. Hey, Rediju. Yeah, that is the nice thing about the IC10 is it's so potent for all the connections and everything. I wish there was a more advanced. I saw a mod for like a FPGA, and I mean that concept's kind of nice, be able to make your own little integrated circuit. That would be my preferred way of doing things, because quite frankly, I love tinkering around with electronics like that. Okay, gold. I thought there was some gold around here. There's some silver. Don't need silver. Oh, there's a flash of gold. No killing me. I had enough of that last night. So, yeah. If anybody missed it, I did make a clip of me getting thrown into the air and violently slammed into the ground. I kind of felt like it was in Toy Story. But I got paranoid earlier, so I had the duct tape in my hand, so I was able to fix that right away. Speaking of which, where am I? 174, give or take. There's some gold at the bottom of the hill over there. Some gold right there. Right there. Okay, so...
Waste tank caution.
Waste tank caution already. Dang. Doesn't feel fair. Keep an eye on that number then. I'm going to have to kind of milk it. Yep. First to say, then I do. Yep, exactly. Whoop. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Wow, this is filling up fast today. Is my... Oh, my... Okay, I see my oxygen tank is warmer than normal. It might have something to do with it. Whoa, halo! I know I was being greedy. Okay, so yeah, I'm definitely going to try and subcool my O2 more, but that means I have to disconnect it from my water. Start running back at 2 megapascal on the waste tank, I guess. No, I don't trust that. Okay, I'll let that rest a little bit. Oh, let's not do that. Come on, I really would like 2 full stacks, but if all I can get is 1, I guess that's what I've got. Alright, start walking back. We'll take a look here.
Hunger critical.
I guess I should go eat too. See if there's any shinies. That's silver right in front of me, between me and the base. I really don't need all that much silver. I can't believe how much of it I have found around the map. It's a little bit ridiculous. We're full there. I missed that battery. Full there.
Waste tank caution.
Okay. Okay, so our solar batteries are full. Cool. Electrum may have to go outside and do that in the other furnace. Yeah. Basically, okay. Am I that concerned about the oxygen? I'm not burning... Well, let's see. Yeah, I could actually go outside and do it. I'm not too concerned about that. Let's grab this and that. I'll throw this in here. Okay. Let's go ahead and cycle. Make some O2. Hey, O2? Electrum. I don't know why I said O2. Okay. Don't need much for this. As a matter of fact, I don't want the pressure to climb too high. There we go. And I'll just leave that as is. Okay. There we go. We got the electrum. Now I can make the advanced furnace. And then go on to the next step. I can print the advanced furnace, and I can start laying out the framework. And while I'm at it, I think I want to print off a ladder too, because I may actually need that to get up. So arc furnace 1. Not arc furnace, advanced furnace. And oh, that's steel. Which, quite frankly, I am going to need a bunch of that at some point. Okay. So I guess dump all this when you're done. I am going to need some heavy wire, heavy cable. This, that, the other thing. It's always something. Okay. Are we ready for ferns all around? Looks like we may have... Oh, not quite. Not quite. Whoa. Alright. I should have let the water through. I must be out of French fries? There we go. Eat this before I get too hungry. Huh. I swear that I set them right there. Maybe they got sucked into a corner or something. Yeah. So my suit... Oh, yes, the skeleton's in my closet. Feel like... Okay. I have no idea where my French fries went. Maybe I did eat them. Maybe I didn't. The world may never know. Whatever. So we're almost... There's a couple more. Oop, suit. Yeah. Yeah, so... I got to like day... I think I managed to get to day 52 before I died of dehydration. And I just kind of gave up after that. I got so sick and tired of restarting because this is my 8th attempt at Brutal Venus. So just wasn't good enough. But knowing what I know now, I feel like I might actually be able to pull it off. So maybe in the future I'll... Maybe in the future I'll try again. But I want to get to the new update first. Yes, brutal. Okay, so that was the last bit of water until I make some more. So, yeah. Yep, brutal is... brutal on Venus? No joke. I'm assuming... I'm trying to figure out Vulcan. It seems like it's... actually slightly easier other than being in volatile. So... Oh, I should have harvested. Oh well. Okay, so we've got the arc furnace, which is what I wanted. And then iron. There was something I wanted to do. Oh my goodness. Ladder. That's what I wanted, was at least a ladder. Okay, ladder. I'll have frames and stuff. Let's throw that other waste tank in, by the way. Okay. Doing good. Yeah, so... Why is my... oxygen temperature is actually going up? You're not quite as low as I'd like you to be. Almost. Now, I would take this a lot lower because I'd probably start by taking it to like -1 or something and seeing if my Stationeer can actually breathe it. Because I have a feeling it has, your suit will warm it up to what it needs. Oh, wait a minute. I see what's going on here. Aha. Hang on. Now I know. New suit. New suit. Yeah, look at this temperature dropping like a rock. Yeah, there we go. Now I understand. Now it makes more sense. I'm going to go to 50 on that. That might actually not be enough, but there we go. That makes all the sense in the world why that was such a problem. So, new suit, adjust your levels. Also, remember that I turned off my AC, so I'm not heating the oxygen in my suit. Kind of feels counterproductive to me. Okay, advanced furnace. Which electronic parts I think I need? Electronic parts and steel sheets. One electronic part. After I spit this all out. So electronic parts. Iron, gold, copper. That's actually, that was steel. Running back and forth. I think next time I will, maybe I'll make some blast charges. Especially when I go out for the gold. Because I like blast mining. Oh, heavy cable. Yeah, that's a good point. I need that too. So let's make some of that. Steel sheets. Do I have any on hand? Probably not. Not really. What about in the pile of stuff going outside? Not really. I also don't have any frames because I'm going to need at least one. So let's grab some steel. Throw that in here. And I forget who... Oh, pipe bender. Frame. Steel frame. I need one. I've got some laying around somewhere. They're actually probably back there. Okay, so that'll give me 3. Let me try that. I swear if I didn't have my head wasn't attached, I'd forget about it. Aha! There we go. Steel frames and steel sheets. That's what I was looking for. Oh, insulated tank. So insulated pipes. Get up there. I may need some nah, whatever. I'll just print some off. Can't hurt. Can't hurt to have a few extras. You know, another thing I would like. Basic chutes. There we go. Okay. So I got that. Let's see. Data disk. I'm actually going to throw... Okay. I think we're good here. Got that. So that's what I want to do with you next. Iron, gold, copper. I must not have had any gold left whatsoever. Which is unfortunate because I think that's what I need for doing that. Whatever. Chutes. So I want to be able to feed the generator from here. Of course, that's so important. Okay, so I'm going to have to do probably a couple trips here. What do I have for availability here? Can you... think since that's a corner I might be able to put a chute corner there, but then inlet, it's kind of messy. Maybe I'll feed it from behind the... Oh geez, I don't know. Ah, stop. I don't want any more. Stack of 10. It's probably overkill. I'll set it there for now. Go ahead and dump... Stupid. Dump stuff. There's the iron, which will go into that, and I need gold for a blast charge, right? Which I do have some gold on me. Mining charge, not a blast charge. Mining charge. Yep, gold. Okay. Missed. So what we're going to do, before we fire that up, make sure there's no volatiles in the pipe. Good. Alright. There we go. So saving some O2. Now, one thing I want to check. Mole-wise, what are we dealing with here? 1.25. And oxygen is about the same. So 1.25. So that's 625. So like 1875. If I'm doing my math right here, it's not going to be a perfect conversion. 1875. I'll call it a 90% conversion. 55 moles per liter. So there should be 30 liters of water that I can produce with that alone. Assuming I don't get any of the volatiles in there right now. I forgot to put away my data disk. Let's go ahead and harvest up. Seed, seed, seed. Stupid mouse. This new mouse jiggles when I click the button, so sometimes it thinks I'm trying to drag the ferns somewhere. I really need to pull out my trackball and see if that's worth the darn anymore. Okay. Fern seed, fern seed, fern seed. See? Fern seed, fern seed. Come on. Okay. Looks like this is a pretty good crop too. Stop it, I'm not moving the mouse. I'm not trying to drag the fern. Okay. Seed, seed. Seed, 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 seed. 7, I'm missing one? No, that's correct. That is correct. Yeah, the trackball is actually pretty amazing overall. The one thing it sometimes can struggle to do is the fine movements. But other than that, ooh, there we go. It's pretty darn good, actually. I usually prefer it, but since I moved out of my parents' house many years ago, I just have never used it, which is kind of disappointing. All right, so I will leave the potatoes as is. God. Okay, now the mouse is hanging up on something on the mouse pad. Great. There's a little itty bitty cut in the plastic, and it's grabbing the mouse, the gliding pads, whatever you call them. Oh well. Yeah, the trackball. I had actually a phenomenal experience when I was playing something like, Oblivion, Skyrim, something like that. Was actually really good. So I could see, oops, there's supposed to be a second bit coming out, right? Yeah, there we go. So that was fun. You could literally jump, turn around, and turn back really, really easily, and didn't have to worry about stuff on your desk or anything like that. Okay, so furnace, and I've got all the stuff to build the furnace, which I might not want to focus on right now. Frames. Okay, so electronic parts. And then the wall and the sheets. The other thing that I probably will want is the tank, insulated pipe. Put that darn data disk away before I forget about it again. And then grab those insulated pipes. Turbo pump, that's what I wanted. So then... I gotta think about that, because I'm not necessarily going to be able to place the door with a window. 22 gold. Was there something that I wanted? Oh, mining charges. That's what I was going to use them for. Okay, so let's baby step this. So now that I've got my tanks set where they're supposed to, got a little bit of daylight left. Let's go. Put the frame in, put the ladder in.
Temperature high.
Shit.
Temperature critical. Oxygen low. Oxygen critical. Low pressure.
Okay. So, it's the best place. Not really a good place. So, I might rework this a little bit, but whoops. Put the frame down, and this has to be airtight. Okay. All right. Now wall. Type 1. That's not what I want. Sure. Now, I've got to be mindful that these are only rated for 200 kPa. Looks like crap on the outside. Looks like better on the inside. Ladder. Now, can we... I love the pipe cowls right in the way. That I could probably move elsewhere after the fact. Or... Ooh, can I get away with that? I might save before I call down the next trader, just in case. Just in case. But then I can put a door here as long as I move this stuff around. So I got this set to 275, so it doesn't go above 50 here. That is on the inside. That's unfortunate. Okay. Okay. Insulated tank. You know what? What the heck? Why not? Set it there. Makes sense to me. So what I'm going to do with this is okay, so the idea is going to be put the turbo pump here so I can go either direction with it. Merge it into here. Maybe even use the insulated pipe here. So that's not what I want. That's what I want. There we go. Okay, so that'll work. So what I can do there is pull much of the air out. Now I can see what the temperature is in there. It's only 726. Okay, so it's a little bit warm. I don't necessarily need to worry about losing all that. But let's see if I want to do. I think I can do glass doors because I think I just have to move that regulator. Ooh. I gotta think about that one. But I need to go back inside. So door kit we want. I may need glass sheets. We'll dump this right now because I want that first. So if I want a fancy door that has windows, I'm going to need glass sheets. And I forget how many per, so I'll just make 5 or so. There we go. Dump it. Okay. Mining charges. I can build 4 of them with the silicon that I have, so I might as well just do that. How are you doing? About halfway through. Alright, darkness falls, that's good. Okay, what do I not need? I do not need the... Let's go over here. Nope, let's not get stuck there. My pit of doom. Okay, I do not need the walls. I don't need the frames per se. Shouldn't need the pipe, but I'll probably end up with some anyway. Steel sheets are for the furnace. Nothing before that point. Furnace and electronics parts. I think we're all set there then. So we're ready to run back outside. Oh yeah, waste tank. Waste tank caution. Okay. 4 megapascals. Alright. It's actually working out pretty good. So we're going to increase the back pressure to 5 megapascals. Got a very, very high surplus of oxygen being created through the greenhouse, so I'm happy with that. And I guess it makes sense to check on this too. How are we doing? 3.6 kilomoles, we're good. And what's your concentration of... Okay. Very good. Now the nitrogen's going to be going down as well. And that's something in the future that I'm going to have to consider, since I got the soybean in there. Not too bad right now because I don't have that many going. But hopefully I get a storm here soon. Otherwise, I'm just going to dump the oxygen as I need it. Oxygen, cheese whiz. Cheese whiz. Air tank is going to be a problem. Let's fix that real quick. Alright. Now let's go say hi to my future. Did somebody say something about a storm? Okay. Let's hit the button. The only thing I'm concerned with is that the Stirling might overpressure. So we're gonna kick that on. Go out here real quick and check. Whee! Okay. That's what I was worried about. Ugh. pressure's still too high. Come on, come down. That's what I was worried about. Okay. Yeah. So I might have to put a pressure regulator, although that might limit the flow. So, okay, so we're going in at approximately 1700 degrees, and then when it comes out, it's all the way down to 475 at this point. And so we got a fair amount. What's this last one producing? Yeah, only 600 on this one. My goodness, it's loud. But this, I wonder, I'll take this all the way down here. Yeah, that's what I thought. A regular volume pump would be good enough here. That'll improve my efficiency. So, what is the damage on this? 23, okay. Okay. Alright. Somebody's bleeding off. Are you active? Yeah, okay. 902. Oh, I know why. It's because that H2 combustor is actually giving it some temperature. So, okay. So this is going to be a problem because of that. I can't change that. Now I could move this. So instead of bending down, we just do that. Yeah, we could do that. Okay. And then I can move this over. You're probably going to get damaged, but that's okay. Back pressure regulator. Actually didn't take up that much damage, so. Okay. Okay. There we go. And this side doesn't matter. Increase. Yeah, so these are iron. So yeah, 275. There we go. Okay. Very good. Okay, door. Composite door. There we go. Hey, good evening, Tread. All right. There we go. There's that. Glass sheet and crowbar. There we go. Ah, peaceful and calm. Okay, now that's an
Waste tank caution.
inconvenient spot. I'd rather throw the pipe on the ground if it's going to take any damage. Now, first off, can we go through? Yes, we can. Awesome. That's actually probably not going to work for the other door, so let's just do this. That should work. There we go. So part of the way there. I'm not going to fully automate that, actually. This is going to be manual. Because if I take it down to vacuum, I'm going to pop the walls in. So I will have to just minimize losses, essentially. Okay. All right. Good. Okay. Well, that's step one. Ugh. Yeah.
Hunger caution.
Well, let's go ahead and check out our. See, you're the one pipe, right? Nope, you're the 20. And over there. No, please don't tell me you went into. I think you went in there. Into the furnace. 5 padded wall are in there as well. Cool. It's okay. It's never going to be processed. So, what are we doing? What have we got over here? 254. How's our O2? Okay, so O2 is going up to 40. It's slowly still filling up. So this is actually maintaining a respectable temperature. Okay, I did shut that off good. So 210. Are we still producing? We are still producing. We are almost out of volatiles. There's oxygen in the line at high temperatures, so we are not going to process the biomass. Yeah, that's auto combustion temperatures, so. Oh well. What have we got on this side already? We've got 8 liter. And in here, we've got 2 liters in the pipe still. And I'd say 2 liters there. So if that's 4, 5, 13. Did I? Oh, right, I did it the wrong way. I did it the wrong way. Okay. I did the math the wrong way. That's okay. I went double the amount we'd actually get. So I calculated 30, we got 15. That's okay. Well, there's all 4 of those. Awesome. Spit that out, turn this off for now. And I will throw this in the chute and be aware of it, but I gotta wait for this current batch to finish. Speaking of which, how are we doing here? 37, we're getting there. What's the fuel mix? So it is oxygen rich. Which maybe fuel rich is actually the proper way to go. Either way, there's going to be byproducts here. But I'd rather... guess fuel rich would mean that less... it would be the O2 getting consumed, not necessarily the volatiles. Yeah, whatever. It's too bad that they don't make steam when they combust in here. They combust in the pipe, they make carbon dioxide and pollutant. Why can't they make water there too? Guess then you wouldn't need the... oh, so I'm just pulling in the pittance of whatever's recycled. So that works. Speaking of which, how are we doing? I'm going to have to... oh, wait a minute. I turned off... this must be a rounding error. or something. It's whatever's in there. It's appearing in this pipe and then disappearing. It's just outright. Good to know. We're on our last bit of steam. So this is coming in at normal Venus atmosphere temp. So it's 100 up. Oh, well, it's because the storm is gone. Storm is over, so that makes sense. Doing temperature-wise, we're still up there. Okay. It's not as much water as I was hoping there would be. Oh well. I think we can eke some stuff out. I need to stuff some bottles somewhere just so I've got some quick a quick supply. Okay, so we're still churning. We're still churning. Yeah, how's the temperature over here? Okay, you are running away a little bit, which yeah, you're there, so. Oh. So I guess I should check on my system over here, see how we're doing. Okay, so you're still cranking, but you're losing.
Hydration critical.
Okay. Yeah. So what about if I parallelize these? I think I can get away with that. Insulated. Let's merge these. Parallelize. Okay. I got that set to 1825 or something, I think. No, 3125. Let me check. 3150. There we go. So the water side is hooked up. I need some insulated gas pipes. So insulated pipe, which is steel and silicon, so I am at the mercy of, I can only do 3 pipes. That sucks. Three pipes is not going to be quite enough. Unless I pull some from elsewhere, which I don't know if I've got. Technically speaking, I can pull that one. There's one there. Yeah, I need more than that. And I don't want to use the uninsulated, really. I could, if I really had to. Do I have any silicon in my bag? I don't. Well, now that the storm's over, I could go get some. So, one more pipe.
Hunger critical.
One more pipe, and then I'll have to do a little fun stuff here. Can I go straight through a... yeah, I didn't think I could. This is what matters here anyway. Don't need the data hooked up. Alright. Almost there. Run them in parallel. Okay, let's eat, even though I can't drink, right? I got here. Yeah, we're all steam at this point. I don't know why you're so hot, actually. That has me a bit concerned. You make sense. But it's coming down rather quickly, so That shouldn't be too big of a problem. But let's go eat. Because French fries are the world's greatest idea when you're dehydrated, right? So, helmet off. That's not a helmet. Okay. Is there any little sip of water in here yet? Oh, there's a little sip. There. I literally pulled everything I could. And that's a one-way valve, so I can't pull anything out. If I really needed to, I could probably do something. Okay, so seeds. I think I want to save the seeds, so let's use the soybeans to replant. And it still gave me a little bit to deal with. And soybeans. There we go. Okay, cocoa's got a way to go. Sugarcane. Oh, sugarcane is ready. So we're going to do the same thing here. Save the seeds best I can. And then there we go. I guess we'll pull this out. I guess for now we'll use the skeleton closet. And switchgrass. This is what I was really waiting for. And the best part about this is I don't have to replant. There we go. There we go. And look at all that biomass right there. I'm saving you. And fruiting, so nobody's ready here. Potatoes. I got 3 potatoes in there. I don't need that. Okay. So at the moment, our impending quote-unquote doom is... Oh, right. You know what? I needed to make a pill. That is something that I needed to deal with. Just in case I do what I did with mining. I did discover that the medical pill will, in fact, restore you to full health. So it can temporarily prevent you from dying, which isn't that technically true of anything that keeps you alive. It's just temporarily delaying your death. Philosophy. But 45 blades of switchgrass. And we'll be up to what, 75 later? So okay, your smittens of oxygen coming from Lord knows what. Okay, so we are steamed out. So all our steam is here. 125 in cooling. That side's usually cooler. It's kind of interesting, but alas. Waste tank. Let's dump that in. How you doing? 316. You're actually pretty cool. And yeah. Sweet. Sweet. I dropped the wrong waste tank in. It's okay. That's okay, man. It's okay. Electronic. Silicon. It is dark outside, so I'm not going to go mining right now. Alright, let's go work on that furnace again, I guess. So... can I pull straight through here? Okay, good. I can. Maybe it would be better to use... Maybe a pipe meter would actually be really good to put here. But we want... Okay, I want the power... Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Oh. Huh. 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 I can't control that from the outside. So I guess I gotta suck this down to vacuum. Yeah. Suck it down close to vacuum. Is that what I want to do? What I want to do right now? And then, okay, let's plan this out. I'll close the door after I turn this off and have it vacuum down to a reasonable pressure. And then pop that off and try to fix this. And maybe... don't really have a good spot. Maybe down? No, that's not going to work. I guess it'll have to be on the floor in there. So do I have enough pipe for that? No, I don't. Do not have enough pipe for that. So let's... I mean, this helps. Gives me 3. It's not enough, though. Alright, let's run in and get some pipe real quick. Okay. I think we'll be alright. Pipe. There we go. Now we got enough pipe. Okay, now we can run inside, do all that fun stuff. So what I'm going to do here is pop this on, look at that pipe network.
Power low.
It's actually a lot slower than I was anticipating, to be honest. Okay, so basically I can't go below 30 kilopascals, so I'll go to 50. Go to 50, close the door behind me.
Health low.
Yep, health low. I may have another dehydration death, who knows? Ooh, the temperature is stupid hot in there now. I just hope that won't be a problem. So I'm worried about how
Waste tank caution.
warm my... If the pressure's down, maybe. The temperature's... I don't know. I might not be able to spend much time in there. In which case, I might have to vent that to atmosphere. Which I might end up doing anyway. But I am saving a little bit. I notice it is losing a little bit of temperature. Which might be some of the couple of niblets of pipe hanging out. Milking this as much as I can. It's taking a lot longer than I anticipated. Now we're radiating because it's below 1 atmosphere. 1 standard Earth atmosphere, I should say. Alright, so I will shut this pipe off when I am, or this turbo pump off at 50 kPa. I'm going to close the door, and I'm going to pop that window and see how fast my waste tank is filling up at that point. I may need to go change out my waste tank before I pop that window, though. I might actually do that. I think the pressure will drop, so 50. I'm going to actually stop it at 60 because the temperature is going to be going down, which means I'm going to be losing overall pressure. Alright, so do that. Let's run inside. Change out the waste tank just to make sure that that's not a problem. And then I can spend more time in there. Because the temperature is stupid hot, so I don't know what it's going to look like. So, let's swap you out. Dump you as best I can. 290, you're doing good temperature there. Oh, dawn is upon us. And that's, quite frankly, that's fine for me. That's fine enough. Alright, let's run back out. We're in here. What's this temperature? 135. 83. We're getting somewhere. I don't know if that's getting somewhere fast enough to not die of dehydration, but it's somewhere. Okay, so the idea here, crack this open. I'm going to pop this open. If this makes my waste tank fill up too much, I'm going to open that door and basically start fresh, but let's see. Okay. Okay. Alright. Ooh, I got some damage in here. Alright. So... Ooh, this might be a problem. Okay. I don't know if that's going to be enough. Let's throw you over here. Hand drill. Let's throw that here. Now you are grinder and crowbar. And then hand drill. Crowbar. Okay. Now, arc furnace. Advanced furnace, rather. Okay, pipe straight. I think that's where I need to put it. Okay, so the pipes have to be adjusted. Suppressors in here. Well, I do have that, yeah, okay, if I do this smart, you're null. Okay, and then you push you back and make that. Okay, this should be empty. Is it? Sure is now. Okay. All right.
Waste tank caution.
All right. Let's. Well, this is just the remainder. No, this is the hot gas. This isn't even what I care about. This is what I care about. Shoot. Well, let's see. Is that enough? That's not what I want. That.
Power caution.
Okay. You know what? I vacuumed the room out. This is what I want to vacuum out. Okay. Alright. Well, for now. Ooh, you know, some of this stuff might actually suffer. Do that for now. Whee! Okay, small direct heat exchanger is actually probably one of the things I would like to keep. Iron sheets, not so much. Alright, let's run inside real quick. Because I may be dying. Ooh, God. Almost killed myself with the door. Let's not do that. I'm so used to my Mars base where I've got a time delay because of the warning light that I have on my airlock. Okay, so that didn't go quite as smoothly as I thought because I didn't think it out. Imagine that.
Health critical.
Yeah, I know, health critical. So this is a direct heat exchanger. What do I need? I don't think I need this. Well, yeah, I do need the steel sheets for the thing. I don't know. So, am I dying of dehydration? I'd say that there's a very high probability of that. Very, very high probability. Or do I want to... You know what? Let's grab some liquid pipe. We can pull... Not that. We can cheese it. We'll pull it out of the plants. We can do that. We have the technology. Pick that up. Yeah. Okay, so what we're going to do is drop this. Okay, we're going to pop this. And we will do... You know what, maybe just regular valve. There we go. That'll keep me from dying. Yep, we'll do that. That means I gotta be really careful, though. Okay. Seriously. Am I crazy? Did I eat the rest of my French fries? Does anybody recall? Or did they, like, disappear into the void or something? Whatever. If anybody knows, let me know. Because I'm feeling a little bit crazy here. I feel like I'm going to have like a pile of rubbish just laying somewhere, some godforsaken location. Yeah, a little bone meal with my... Okay, so we aren't going to die of dehydration.
Power low.
How are we doing here? Switchgrass is going. Ferns are almost there. Almost there. I do want to build a couple pills up too, so.
Health low.
Health low. Oh, it's going up though. Okay. Yay! Saved myself. My plant saved me. Okay. More chutes. Chutes and ladders. Okay. So... how do I want to handle the good old-fashioned spaghetti mess that I've got out there? Because I think the cable going across the front is a problem, which if I do too much more, I'm going to lose my ability to purge. Okay, so let's start with this. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect here for now. So this side has power. You got power from there. You guys don't have power though. Which means I need to, you know, be real nice. Yes, the power is out. Why can't I force the door open? Woo! Yeah. Okay. So now, let's hope that I can drop this. Insulated pipe T. This is actually backwards, isn't it? No, that's forwards. So this is, I think, where I need it. Yeah, that's a problem. That is a problem. So, what's the composition in here? There's a... Well, I guess... that's a lot of... This is going to get scary. I'm just... It's not the way I want to do it, but it's going to be the way I'm going to do it. I'm just going to blow it out. Valve is off.
Waste tank caution.
It's not my ideal, but here we go. 3, 2, 1, get the hell out of the job. Woo! Oh shit.
Critical.
Oh shit.
Temperature critical. Oxygen low. Oxygen critical.
Oh god.
Waste tank critical. Low pressure. Temperature high. Cognition low. Suit damage. Cognition critical.
All right. Yeah, that was impressive. That was cool.
Oxygen critical.
Okay. All right. Seriously, game. Stop this crap.
Cognition low.
This is bull honky. So it did this to me a couple times. So the respawn point that is inside apparently stops being my respawn point, which I'm not save scumming. in the sense that I was expecting to be out in the... I was expecting to be in my spawn zone, so... in my respawn area. So we'll see. See how far back we went. Okay, looks like I was getting ready, so we'll do an undo on that one, I guess. Oh, I see. I had just changed out my air tank. So, well, just pretend we just had a nightmare and woke up, I guess. I was completely okay with having to respawn in there, but... yeah, you should have thought about the NOS, right? Maybe it'd be better to have a flare. Or to do it better. So, well, okay, so let's just do it better. What I'm going to do is the air that is in the room, I don't give a rat's about. So what I'm going to do is what's in that tank right now, we're going to go ahead and blow into here through here. So we don't care about this one. What's the pressures in there? Oh God, dummy. Okay, that was a vacuum. Okay, so we're gonna blow it out. And then I'm going to take the gases that are in that system and pipe them out. So I will be clipping that one for sure tomorrow or tonight or something. Sometime I will be clipping that because that was kind of hilarious. And had the respawn point actually worked properly, which reminds me, I better go set that next time I'm in there. That was ridiculous. So... actually, I probably could have saved that, but whatever. I'm more interested in the other stuff. Which, if it's in that room, I'll just connect into that. I can turn that off so I don't do anything dangerous here. Oh, you're now oh, you're the waste pipe. Okay. Wait, what are you? Oh. It's okay. Yeah, okay. You guys have power still, because I haven't made that change right here. Make sure the pressure doesn't go up too high. What are we dealing with? 32 megapascals over here. Hide the HUD. Hide the HUD. 11 megapascals. Okay, so we're doing good. How are you doing here? So this is blowing off pollutant and carbon dioxide. I'll save the rest. What are we doing here? Jeez. Guess I'll climb up here. How am I doing? Slow. That's what we're doing. Slow. Okay, so I am on to... oh, okay. That one battery being there makes it hard. I do want to update those at some point, which is why I want the advanced furnace so I can make my astraloy, which large station battery requires. Right? Oh, stellite. Stellite? Stellite's the one I was making. Ugh. Yep, so this gas, I mean, it's hot. I could keep it, I suppose. This is the gas I really want. Oh. What are we doing here? 40 megapascals. That's going up, right? Pull you out quicker, get you to the other side quicker, over here quicker. Yeah, this is actually kind of low on temperature. It doesn't get too much closer than that. Ugh. Okay. I can make this go a little quicker. There we go. Turn you off. And we swap you out. Swap you out, and we will go boom, 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 boom. Okay, I'll throw you there for now. And then if I had more insulated pipe, which I do have some here. Where is my stinking... Oh, the wrench is in my hand. Actually, let's do this. Turn you off. Okay, make sure you're off, and then we can turn you around. Go. Should be able to turn you on and suck you out. Going down rapidly. What's that network? Ah, yeah. I guess I should be wary of this. What's this? 6,000. Okay, we're good. We're good. Temperature's pretty good. Okay, and then here is all that fun stuff. You're here. Alright, let's start walking things back. There we go. Okay. Alright, let's go inside.
Waste tank caution.
Push the button! Watching that air tank. It's going pretty low. A lot of close calls. And overly the opposite of close. Not necessarily the opposite of close. The dummy ran out of a... Well, that's... Yeah, well, that was the fun thing, because I ran into a pressurized space that launched me. So it's not even I got catapulted into it. I had to run into it first. Maybe it was a Venturi effect. Yeah, we'll say that. It was a Venturi effect. Go. Well, since we're in here, how are we looking here? 30 degrees on that side and 54.8 on that side. So we will be drinking to our heart's content. How are we doing here? Yep. So, oh, that's coming out of the greenhouse. Not exactly sure why oxygen is coming out though. Unless it's, no, it still makes no sense. It would make no sense for it to come out beyond this point unless, well, I mean, one filter is empty. I'll check filters later. Okay, so now we should be able to place the furnace. What do I want to do next? Yeah, let's go ahead and... Alright. Make sure that stuff doesn't slap me in the face. Okay, so we're good. Alright, so we're good in here. So what we can do now is the advanced furnace. The cable's in the way. Okay, the cable is in the way. Okay, now the advanced furnace. You are blocked by volume pump. Okay, electronics parts and screwdriver? Just the electronics parts. Okay. Screwdriver, continue. Okay. So let's look. Does this look acceptable? I think that's what we can do. I will have to move that over. That's not a big problem. You run straight through. And you can come down. I don't need those pumps anymore. This is the outlet, right? Yeah, it's closed. That's the outlet. There we go. So that's the outlet. So input and output can probably be the same pipe network, which, you know what? Can I pull the turbo pump out of there? Yeah, there we go. How about I just do that? Why not? You will have a different friend. Yeah, let's just do this. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to do that. We'll move you. Okay. Should work there. Let's see. Oh, direct heat. Oh crap! I left that inside, didn't I? Son of a gun.
Waste tank caution.
Okay. What else can I? So that's that. Need to put that on, and then the method for keeping this out of trouble. Right. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Just move it over one. Back pressure regulator. There we go. Let's just make sure that we don't convect anything. Maybe a insulated pass vent. Okay. You're fine because we want this room to heat up, essentially is what that is. Okay, do that. I'll take this stuff with me. Okay, so insulated passive vent I think is a good idea. Bring the heat exchanger out with me. Change out the battery. Okay. Start with that. Iron sheet and stuff like that are out with me. You know what? I got glass right here. I do need more glass still. Okay. Direct heat exchanger. That's you. Need you. Should probably do an APC for the oh yeah, insulated passive vent. Silicon. I don't have the silicon. I need the silicon to do that. Good golly. Okay. Pick up, collect, collect. Empty this. I don't know what the time of day is. Getting oh, that's late. I think that's fairly late. So, well, we'll see what we can do. Turbo vent or turbo pump I don't need though. Turbo pump I don't need. Door. Actually, I probably should put that down. Carrying it around with me. Depressurizing. Yeah.
Hydration critical.
Hydration critical. Copper here. There's some silicon over here. Base is off at about 46 degrees. So let's okay. I don't know entirely how good that is. Did this seriously not? Okay. What the devil? Oh god. What? Okay. I am not playing that game. Falling through the world. Sounds like a terrible time in any game. And there's some gold. Some silicon. I don't feel like this did much. Okay. I take that back. Whoa! Pop rocks, anybody? Okay. Alright. There we go. At 45 degrees. There we go. Alright, some weird stuff going on, but got some silicon. 45 degrees, about that over that way. I saw a flicker of light. Ooh, boy. Yeah, I see the lights. Okay. Not as much silicon as I was hoping for, but we'll make do. We'll make do. I can at least slap down the direct radiator. That's a door.
Waste tank caution.
Can I hook it up? Ooh. No. Let's do it this way. There's that. And do I have... I've got more. Nope, they're inside. Regular pipe, regular pipe. I got the regular pipe there. That doesn't count. Well, insulated pipe it is. Okay, so that's back to functionality. This is good. I need to get the passive vent on here, and then otherwise I'm in good shape. Grinder. Crowbar. Grinder. Okay. Tank. Door. Composite door. That's the way we want to do it. Plastic sheets. A torch. Crowbar and glass. There we go. So I think other than the... Oh, these are 100 kPa. Other than the insulated passive vent, and then straighten out all the weirdness we've got going on, we're done with that. Alright. So, run inside, turn on my water, drink some water, and probably take a... be right back. We can go ahead and what we'll do is we will slap... Oh, the biomass is in there. So get that started, get the silicon. Can I... yeah, do this. Do that. Nope. Do this. Can I be a little closer and do that? There we go. Okay. So we're making the biomass. Got more to grind. This is the furnace. I don't need the furnace. Insulated tanks. Throw over there because that's where my atmospherics and stuff are ending up anyway. Brain fart. Brain fart. Brain fart. Gotta love a good brain fart. I don't know where I was going with something. I don't know. Oh, yes, I remember now. Jeez. Check that our temperatures are good here. 20 degrees and 40 degrees. 40 degrees is drinkable. We'll pop that open so we can have some fresh water. And then, yeah. Looking good. Let's set these over here for now. Let's real quick, before we do anything else, harvest the ferns. And that's only one fern. That one didn't do so well. Okay. Get this cycling again. I will have to grab some of this to make pills. Which reminds me, I need to bring in a powered bench in here. Okay. And fern, 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 fern. And there we go. Two.
Health low.
Two, I think. Two. So only one of those didn't return what I would have liked. Okay, so that goes out to make pills. Switchgrass is looking pretty good here. There we go. Doing very good on that.
Hunger caution.
And then we'll have switchgrass. There we are. Anybody else ready to harvest? Doesn't look like it. It's okay. So let's drink some water, feed ourselves, and then take a quick break. So, food, water. Okay. All right, there we go. There's French fries. I've got a portion of them left now. All right, so we're ready to go. Reset the spawn point, so if something silly happens again, we're prepared. And then, yeah, so we'll start. So, time to take a break. So, everybody seeing a bit. Get up, stretch, get some water, bathroom break, whatever you need to do. So, be right back. Alrighty. And I am back. Back and refreshed. So, okay. So, medical pill. So we need 1 silver, 1 cobalt, 10 fern. So what I'm going to do, yeah, 1 silver, 1 cobalt, 1 pill. 1 fern. So we'll go ahead and throw that there and split 10. Split 1. Cobalt. Split 1. Oh, you silly. Oh, I don't even have to split it. Okay. Okay, there we go. There we go. Make it a pill. Here we go. There's that. And we'll drop that on the floor for now. And okay, there's that. Oops. There we go. Second pill. Thank you. There we go. There's 2 pills to go in there. All right, and then the ferns are ready to go here. So first off, volatile. See, I know we need silver. Let's make some filters. Oh, right. Done with that. Let's go ahead and start making the silicon. And where did the charcoal go? Is it over here? Hard telling where the charcoal went. I may have kicked it a couple times. Maybe it rolled off. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Okay. Alright. So medium filters. Volatiles. So Constantine and iron. Constantine is over here. And iron is probably right there. Okay, so there's a volatile filter. Let's see. Water's good. So carbon dioxide would be good. 2 of those actually. So 2 carbon dioxide. 1 for me and 1 for the filter over there, the atmospheric greenhouse atmospheric filter. Okay. So we're gonna check that one here. Oxygen was good. Water was good. So how are we doing pollutant? Okay, pollutant, I've also got 1 laying in the pit, so we're good. That goes into my suit. Yep, and then pollutant, can I get to there? There we go. No, I had it. There we go. There we go. Okay. So that's taken care of. Now, passive vent, insulated. We want some silicon. This should give me enough silicon. Sure enough, it'll give me all but 2. 2 in the stack. Alright. And then with that, I should be able to close up the furnace and be happy. So, there's that. Good. Iron sheets. Do I have iron sheets down here? I do. Stack them there, drop them down. Glass sheets, I am done with that now. And plastic sheets, I should be done with that as well. Steel sheets, technically, yes, as well. There we go. Very, very good. Now, let's go through the regurgitation process. Okay. There we go. There's 50 reagent mix. 50 more. 28. Okay, so over here we have 50, 50, 28. Fire it up. And we'll go ahead and pick you up and throw you there. So, good. There's a question. Water bottle. Wait, can you make a water bottle bag? No, you cannot. Water bottle. Iron and silicon. I'm going to make a couple of these. So the idea here I should also do a little bit of organization in the greenhouse. I don't need to get too picky. That was a long way around to do that. But we'll go ahead and make a locker. Didn't I? Oh, I grabbed the steel, not the iron. Oopsie. Okay, so I'll build 2 of these. I don't know if I really need any more than that. The power table I would like to take inside, and maybe I ought to do that. There we go. Spit it out. What do I got? I got an iron wall. Oh yeah, because I accidentally picked something up. I got a lot of... I really need to sort this crap out, for sure. Steel sheets will set here for now, because we don't need insulated pipe. I think we're not good there. Actually, we need a lot more. Because that's right. I wanted to make some... insulated pipes. Because I want to get the evaporator also in the system. So, insulated pipe. If I can type insulated pipe. I'm actually going to use my little... I want 40. Okay. There we go. Let's go in here. Clunk, 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 clunk. Alright, so in my skeleton closet here, I'm going to put a pill. Let's see. Can I switch these out? Yeah. Okay, locker. Blocked by the cable, of course. What about a medium? Will a medium work? Does that work? That blocks... Okay, it looks a little bit tacky. Maybe it'll look... I don't know if it actually looked better if it was... if there was a wall there or not. So, potato. 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 Switchgrass is kind of at this point. That's only if I really want to expand it. So let's grab you, and we're going to throw you there and there. Now this is food items, which really shouldn't hang out there for long, but so it's going to. And then there. So now we got a dedicated skeleton closet. And then I am going to throw my emergency water bottles down here. Which I probably should do one more just to be on the safe side. But I'm not too concerned. Alright, anybody else in here? We're good. Okay. Potatoes are ready to go. I got 2 potatoes left in there. So, not a big deal. Okay. Holy crap, I got a lot of lead. Lead, lead, lead. Get the lead out. And 200 coal. I must have ran out of silicon. Which makes sense. I did pull on that pretty hard. You are... yeah, you're going to be going for a while. Okay. So. Chutes. I may want those. I may not. Because I want to hook up the furnace the rest of the way. Yeah. I think we're good. I think we're good to go out there and do that. So let's see what I forget. Because it was the insulated pipe is what we needed. Or insulated passive vent. There we go. So now the inside should be, yeah, it's all taken care of. So we are ready to plug stuff in. So I will go ahead and, since this is unpowered, it doesn't matter, right? Doors close. Doors close. Oh, yeah, you're okay. So there's that. You'll just be this. Then you go up. Okay, and you're set to, what did I say, 275. We'll go ahead and turn you on, even though you're not going to have power. So that's ready to go. That's hooked up. That's hooked up. We can... That's going over to the IC10. So you can just do this. You can do this. Well, that's not true. Okay, you, on the other hand, are a little... Yeah, maybe this is the way that the power is going to go to this stuff. What the heck? Okay, so eventually there we go. Pull you. Alright, this might be a problem. That's the input, that's the output. I'm gonna have to move this anyway. This will have to move because stuff's just not lined up anymore. But at least I got a little bit of time. So now I should be able to... Oh, wait a minute. We're good there. We're good. We got a while. So now, turn you on. Alright, really? One megapascal. Oh, you probably got to convect out to the space.
Waste tank caution.
Okay, so that's going to be a problem. I do not have on me my... Hey, look at that. Power's getting low. Throw a full stack of charcoal in. Okay. Good. Get around. Good, good, good. Good, good, good. Okay. Alright, this should, I got 1,000. And quickly dropping. But I might have some dirty tricks for that. So, I needed stellite, I believe. 1,500. Oh, right. And I needed the cobalt and the silicon. Or silver. Okay. And I have it all mixed up here. I just need a way to get the temperature up in a sane manner. Confused. I think I'm confused. I thought that wasn't producing. And now it is. Okay, whatever. Whatever. There's that. Pop this out because we wanted it. And then we got to do some weird stuff here. Okay, so this will increase our cooling power on this end. Boom. Yeah, we don't have enough liquid to fill them both, so we need to do some condensation. There we go. Now we're starting to get some, at least get some gas in there. Maybe we'll even get some liquid in there. Oh, you got, there you go. Wrong chamber. So, how you doing? Oh, yeah, there we go. This will drop like a rock. Yeah, once we got enough liquid in both of them for sure. So you stay at 20. You're at 10. 7 over here. Need to have enough in here that they both fill the evaporation chambers essentially. And then a little bit extra. So kind of want about 60 liters minimum liquid. The only problem only time it's a problem is when you have a thermal runaway and you end up building pressures. So that you're 20, what do we got in here? We've got about 5 liters in there. About another 5 on this side. And how are we doing in here? Yeah, basically I'm just loading all of the pollutant in. So if you look, that's a fair amount. A kilomole just in the evaporation chambers. Yeah, just about that. So what are we at? 8. See, this cross the 10 side will be good, or suck out what we can. Maybe next. Oh, I'd say use a turbo pump, but that's not necessarily a great idea either. How is the cooling side of things? So 146. So yeah. So the top end of this isn't so great. That's where I would like to have a lot of water and make a water loop, and then I only need like 2 air conditioners, probably a couple in parallel, or use the good old storm gas trick, and then I only really need 1. Because the storm gas is 346 or something like that, and water, the highest temperature, 370. So maybe it's only 375. But anyway, either way, you can get darn close to it with water. Still cranking it out. Okay, we're 10 liter there, 11 liter there. We will go ahead and call that good for now. Let this come back down to equilibrium, which you can see it went up 10 degrees. Not that that's all that much. Sunrise is here, so we can go get some silicon. Silicon, cobalt. Is it cobalt that, what has cobalt? Volatile, so actually, if I want to get that hot enough to run, I'm going to spin this out now. I want to get that furnace hot enough to make stellite. I know I have a boatload of oxygen in there, so all I need to do is throw that in there. Now, okay, there's no upper end on it. I need this. So 10 to 20 and 1800 kilocal. We can do that. We can do that. I don't really want anything except for the biomass. There we go. Perfect. Guess what we're doing? We're gonna make some stellite. Empty out the waste tank. So. Whee! Okay. So quite frankly, if we double in temperature, okay, so we need to say start out with like 8. There we go. And then I do this, and hopefully we don't go bang. Oh, that was anticlimactic. All right, let's just make sure that this does not go too crazy. Okay, pressure went up too high, so I need to let some off. Dang it. What are we doing? Okay, I don't want to let that off too soon. Oh, crap. It's tainted. Dumbass. Well, this is about the half the amount that I would care for. Keep the temperature. Oh, the temperature's gonna fall! Dang it! Well, I don't know what's combusting in there.
Waste tank caution.
Are you shooting me? There's the chutes.
Hunger caution.
Oh, great. Oh, great. Yep, thanks. Yep, absolutely. Just, yep. Frickin' frickin' tastic. Whoa! Come back here. Really have no idea where the other chunk went flying. Oh, and that enough to pee you off. Oh, hey, look at that. Oh, was it because of this? No, there's nothing in here, so... Well, this sucks.
Hydration critical.
That was stupid. That was stupid. %100% stupid. Alright, well, I guess I'll deal with that
Air tank low.
later. Gosh, darn it.
Waste tank caution.
Okay, so... That's not it. No. No. That's it. Oh, you shiitake and me. Really? 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 I hope that it just got sucked in instantly and not anything else. But my luck is that just fell through the world and I lost that chunk. Because why not? Why not? Right? Right? Likes to get you there. No stellite today. You know what? Actually, okay, so the reagent mix that I've got on me is going to be tainted. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We'll do a window. Okay, and I need one more chute. One more chute for what I want to do. So really, chutes combust at that stupid low of a temperature. Okay, so inlet. Alright, that's far enough off the ground that that shouldn't be a problem. So now reagent mix. Thank you. I really appreciate you doing that. There we go. Okay, well, that's frustrating. We were so close to stellite. I think that's really... Well, I need astroloid too for the hard suit helmet anyway. Hard suit backpack. Okay, so I was almost a stellite. Waspaloi. So maybe not on the jetpack, but the suit. So astroloid requires actually reasonable here, so I could do astroloid very easily. I just need some cobalt and copper. Waspaloi, I think is a little, yeah, something else. So disappointed. Okay, so let's take a look. Wow, get stuck in the piping. What can I do for powered? Can't really do anything for a powered bench. Not in the current situation I have for the greenhouse. Not for the current situation. But what I might do is insert a set of stairs, like right here, to go down. And then, does a powered bench need a frame? I don't know if it needs a frame. If it doesn't, that's good, because then I can just have it parked on a wall. That's not what I want. This is what I want. Doing pretty good there. Alright, let's run in, eat, drink, be merry. Ah, so frustrating. Towards seating. Oh, you're not seated yet. How dare you? How dare you?
Hunger
go, 60, and it'll be 75 before I leave here because that's almost done. And then sugar cane. Oh, I'm standing in the sugar cane. Okay, so sugar cane, sugar cane, sugar cane, sugar cane, sugar cane. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's save the seeds. Because there may be a market for that. And the cocoa is taking forever, and that's fine. Soybeans, 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 soybeans. There we go. More soybeans. And soybean seeds. Good. Are you ready yet? Not yet. I guess we could drink something so we can stop panting. Oh, well, I got the advanced furnace anyway.
Hunger caution.
Okay, need more potatoes. If I rerouted the power, I might be able to put the powered bench over here. Well, that gets in the way of that. I just gotta push out a couple more frames. That's all I need to do. All I need to do. Okay. Potatoes. Let's go ahead and harvest you guys. And we will save the potatoes this time because we have enough seeds. Okay. 7 potatoes. Very good. Ferns aren't quite ready yet. Are you? Yeah, there we go. That's what I was hoping for. There we go. 75 biomass right there. Bam. The skeleton closet. Yeah, so I think we're ready to push it out a little bit more. That does give us some additional room for plants, which now that we have the volatiles being produced, I might do another row of those. I also want to get the wheat going as well. But if we put in another row, then we can put in potentially a fridge, but I'm thinking more of a powered bench and all that fun stuff. Another growth state. We're almost there. Maybe I'll expand out with walls. Okay, let's go ahead and shred that up. Okay. All right, how are we doing over here? I may need to eventually go to a combustion centrifuge. So, okay. So if we switch this out, ooh, that's going to be something I'm going to have to be mindful of when I encase my base. That any wall that is touching anything could blow out. Yeah, so, okay, so walls, it's 4 wide. So we want 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 2. So 14 walls. I would like to change those out to windows. So composite walls, or just walls? Just walls. Which is also going to require, you guessed it, silicon. Which I probably have none left whatsoever. And what I have in my inventory here is not going to be enough. But it'll be a start. But the day is... The night is young, and you're so beautiful. Oh. Sorry, my Robin Hood Men in Tights came into my head. So now, let's find some silicon. Hopefully there's something over this way. I have cratered the Venusian planetary face. Whee! Look at that! Look at that hole. Okay. Well, there's certainly some gold to be had here. Copper, cobalt. I don't really want the cobalt. Gold, silicon. My goodness. There's some silicon. Okay. Okay. There we go. I see some atmospherics. Can't tell. Looks like we settled down. There we go. There's that. That was a little bit less than I was hoping for. Oh, there's some silicon right there. Okay. Oh, there's some right there, surface as well. Yeah, let's back up just a hair. Another part about this is you have to wait so long for it to kind of reset the atmosphere. Okay, wait. How are we doing? Okay, the ore chunks aren't moving. That's good enough for me. There we go.
Waste tank caution.
Okay. Over this way. Should be over this way now. Get up. Get up! Oh, wow. I was a little bit off. Okay, gold. Maybe I should grab some of that on my way back. Because... gold is one of those things I don't have quite enough of, ever. Copper hole. You know what? I'll grab some cobalt while I'm at it. Because cobalt has volatiles in it. Volatiles and NOS go very well together. Whoop, big hole. Silver. I do not need silver. Do not need silver. Copper. There's a chunk of silicon down there. And a couple chunk there. Okay. Alright. I would love to make the sensor glasses too, which I think is pretty close. Once I stop botching my fuel ratios and combusting my stinking chutes. You should be okay, however, to go ahead and process the silicon. Assuming that you're empty. You'll actually off-gas. Pressure's going up, that's fine. Temperature's not right. Okay. Okay, there we go. Alright, there's that one. Anybody else? No, not really. Okay, that good. Okay, now we got the silicon. Do need to pick up more cobalt, I guess, if I'm going to make some more alloys. Okay, swap that out. Okay, so if I unanchor this, unanchor this temporarily. What I want to do is take this down to -9. So we can do that. Wait for this to be completely empty. Let's be smart about it. Take this. Let's just set you down here for now. I'm going to take this and purge it. May seem counterintuitive. But what I really want to do is empty this out as much as possible and then take in the cold gas and see if my stationeer has a problem with it. Okay, that's good. Pull in 4 megapascals there. Okay. I think we're good. All right. Okay, so this is sub-zero. This is what I want to know. Okay, so it doesn't yeah, there we go. Now it's only when this gets below 0, I'm assuming. So this ought to help my cooling situation outside. But the one thing that I need to be wary of is this. Going down to, yeah, sub-zero temperatures. Luckily there's not enough there. So that tells me that I need to unanchor. Okay, that's just a rework is all that is. Just for fun, what's oxygen? Give me the oxygen. So max liquid temperature is 116 or 111 below at 6 megapascal. So okay, this is set to be like negative. So let's go to negative 60, just for fun, just for funsies. Let's see if Stationeer has a problem. Now that does mean I'll probably have to turn my AC back on, which means I will be dumping, oh, I guess that's a bad thing because I'll be dumping more heat into, yeah, so awesome though. Okay, what do we... Your temperature's up to 3. Oh, that was the tank that I had on me, so that's why that was. Okay. I'm kind of happy with that. So let's switch this out real quick. So this one was at 0 degrees. So it's a little bit warmer. This guy's dropping like a rock. So essentially this is like, this helps the outdoor. So I need to have like an indoor and outdoor suit if I do this. Because if I'm running around the base, quote unquote, I probably would want it actually probably close to the suit target. And if I'm outside, I probably want it to be cold. So let's see, if we switch this around, it's going to drop my suit temp pretty quick. It's probably going to say too cold. That's kind of neat. And then, of course, you're still below zero on this side. I don't know if it's got any thermal anchor over here because it would have to sublimate. I don't know. Okay. Having fun. Having fun, but I think realistically, I think maybe stopping this and letting it do what it's going to do. Take this back up to, I'll set it to 0. I think that might be okay, because yeah, no, let's take it back to 1. I don't want to super cool the CO2. That's why I haven't started this back up. So I gotta be mindful of that. Anyway, enough playing around. Okay, so I got my advanced furnace. I got the airlocks in place that I want for now anyway. One thing I do need to do is do an APC for the furnace room. More batteries, which I botched that reagent, so I gotta wait for that. I can throw more biomass in there to get some heat, but I guess I gotta crack the window when I do that? I don't even know. I feel like the vacuum actually worked better, because the chutes, I can't believe they combusted. That was weird. I wonder if there's like heavy duty chutes. So shoot straight. Auto ignition is 600 degrees C. Which we must have. I was working in there at like 700. So why weren't they burning before? So that tells me that this number is actually incorrect. Okay, so anyway, what's the next step here? So expanding that's what that. Oh, 12 silicon. If I turn you on, will you spit out the rest of the pipes that you're supposed to make? You got the steel as well. You know what? We're going to do this. We're going to throw that in there, and when you're done, I want you to spit it all out. Oh, that was literally it. Oh, okay. Okay, so steel and silicon. So for the walls, we need, what did I say, 12 plus, so 14. 14 for the walls. And I've got 5. So I need to print off 9. And then composite, I don't want to reinforce. Actually, reinforced composite window, what's that take? Stellite. But that'll deal with 8 megapascals. So that's good to know. Good to know. 8, 9. Okay, so plastic sheets. So anyway, regular walls, composite window, build state, 1 plastic sheet, 1 glass sheet. So we need 14. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Glass sheets. And 14 of these as well. Apparently I got an extra one, but that's okay. It'll get used in the future for something. Okay, we'll leave it there for now. So composite wall. Don't want to use my jetpack.
Suit damage.
What the heck?
Temperature low.
How? Now that was ridiculous. What? Okay. Okay. 2 plastic sheets. I forgot. They're not all windows. I guess I stubbed my toe. Man, that must have been one wicked. Man. Dang. That was that was something, let me tell you. Now, oh, I probably do need to do frames on the, just in case, up top. So we got here is a window. Let's rotate this. Yes, that way. 4. What's that? This will be a window on this end. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. Really? Come on. Seriously. That side. There we go. Frames. I think I've already got those laying around somewhere. Oh, hey, plastic sheets. Glass sheets. Guess what? I will assimilate you. Simulate you. Grab the 4 frames, exactly what I need, and steel sheets. Cool. I better be careful. I might break my suit again. That was... Okay, so we're gonna go steel frame, steel frame, steel frame, steel frame. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna weld these up once to start. That way I can do a little bit of mining. And actually clear the material. Okay. I just don't want a bunch of dirt.
Hunger caution.
There we go. Make sure you're not embedded in the dirt at all, because I know you like to blow out for no reason. Okay. There we go. So plastic sheets might not be enough. Okay, there we go. We will do something about the ceiling in a bit. Glass. Okay, there's that. And I guess we probably should do something about this. Alright. Okay. Alright. Let's go ahead and put this here for the moment, just so that we can not necessarily completely kill our greenhouse here. There we go. Pressure will come down. Let it fill us up. At least I got an airlock now, so I can cycle. Can't wait for that to come up a little bit. But that does mean that we can do that. And gotta be careful with this crowbar. That we don't do something we might regret. Okay, and then let's just do I'm trying to figure out the proper rotate. You know what? We'll just use a 1. Alright, let's take off the suit. My damaged suit. Eat and drink. Okay. Can't. Yeah, jeez. Today has not been my suit's day for sure. Okay, so the fern's ready. Oh, it looks like the switchgrass is ready already. That's awesome. Most of the switchgrass, except for that one. And quite frankly, I don't need the seeds. There we go. Switchgrass. I'll do that just to have it. And then you're growing, thriving towards fruiting. All right, thriving towards fruiting. The ferns are ready. And I think I will go ahead and just replant like this so I can recover my seeds. Fern seeds. Just in case I need to replant for any reason, I would like to have at least most everything. Okay, and boom, boom. So I just need one seed. There we go. The rest can be replants. Okay. Well, I guess that can also be that. There we go. So now I need another row of switchgrass and then a little bit of wheat. And then I think 1, 2, 3. I could put on 3 more rows. How is the nitrogen level in here? 3.72 and dropping. So it won't be too long, and I'm going to need to inject some nitrogen into here. For sure, for sure. But let's go ahead and grab the powered table. Grab the reagent processor. I probably should make up the reagent processor, that is. Reagent processor. Iron, gold, copper. It's copper, gold, and the iron is probably in here. Where did I stuff it? In here? Yep. Give me the iron. There's the iron. So I don't need the microwave for anything, since I've got that oven. How are we doing over here? Still cranking along, peaceful and calm. Good Lord, you took a while. Well, anyway, so unwrench that. Really? Okay. Take you and we'll shove you into here for no good reason. Hand drill for the power bench. There we go. Good. And know what? Could probably put the EEPROM back here. That'll work. Oh, yeah, frame. I need a frame. Reagent processor. Okay, turn you off. How is the oxygen temperature? Negative 42. Oh, yeah. From my suit. I don't have enough. Don't have enough space to deal with that right now. So we are producing quite a bit of volatile. Be better if I didn't try to kill myself. All right. Table. Power table. Power bench. Let's. Set you there. Set you there. Okay. Great. Now I can make my soy oil and my pills. Sugar. Now I got my sugar. That was actually a ridiculous amount of sugar. So now if I wanted to make a chocolate cake, what would I need? Ah, milk. And an egg. Okay. So we're not quite there. I might have to buy the egg. I've never actually made the milk. How do they make the quote-unquote milk? 5 mil soy oil, 5 mil fern. Okay. In the chemistry station. Okay. Well, I can make that. That's no problem. So I've got soy oil. And all that fun stuff. Okay. So what are we doing? 70. I forget what I have that set to. I think I've got that set to 80. So it's very, very, very slowly letting stuff in. But it's not. Those are set. Let's crack this open. Alright, still in. Alright. Jeez. Okay. There we go. And a single wall. These are iron walls, so they don't count. I think I was going to do one and have it going that way. We'll need more plastic sheets. But I can crank these down. Yeah, that's it. There we go.
Power low.
Power low. All right, so we have a little bit more of an area in here. That's good. Waiting for everything to come back up. Temperature included. I think it's all frames above the greenhouse. Not necessarily positive on that. So let's see, we're in the center of this frame. We're at the edge of this frame. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces in between, so it's 2 on either side. So I can go 2 more rows, and then we'd have to put it on the edge. Okay. Alright, so 2 more rows, that's 10, 20, 30. 30 more trays. That's a handsome amount of iron. Hydroponics tray is what, 10 each? What did I say? Oh, so that's 300. 300 iron. We can make that work. Okay. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and chuck all this through the shredder. There we go. Give me the last chunk. Thank you. There we go. Full to the brim once again. All the more to actually automate this quicker. Another iron wall. Iron wall. Iron sheets are... You know what? I'll grab this, take it down here. Because I've got the iron sheets down here, why don't I put the iron walls as well? Iron wall, iron sheets. Insulated pipe. What the heck? Why not? Grab these because they need to go inside. We're nil up front, so we can close that. All right. Iron I shoved into the autolathe? Where the heck? Oh, no. Electronics printer. All right, Tread, have yourself a good night. Thanks for stopping by. And yeah, I'm going to be doing the same here pretty soon, actually. I see that it's late. I think we're in the same time zone, so yeah, fun times. So thanks again for stopping by. Okay, that'll give me 5 of those. How am I doing here? Yep, same here. Eastern Standard Time. Well, technically Eastern Daylight Time right now. For a couple more weeks. Ouch. Okay, so there we go. APC for the furnace. Encased base, more battery, more plants. Which requires... Alright. So I think that's probably what I'm going to do the next time around is make more plant zones. But I will plant the wheat because that's going to be necessary. I'm going to put the wheat right here. And we will just go ahead and drop the pipe in here. Call that good. Call that good. So I definitely also want to throw in more ferns for sure, because that's just phenomenal. So wheat. Start growing some wheat. There we go. There is the wheat. And then more pipe. We're good on the pipe fronts. All right. I think we're doing pretty good. And that's, yeah. There we go. Emergency water. I'm happy about that. So it's not necessarily a dire stealing water from the plants, because I hate doing that. Alright, so waiting on the cocoa to kick its butt. Yeah, we're doing good. Doing good. Getting a little bit healthy here, so yeah, we'll drop down probably 10 more ferns, which will give us a bunch more oxygen per hour and kind of move towards the direction of maybe actually doing something with it besides generating steam. And I'm going to do another row of switchgrass just so we can make water quicker. And I might just keep on blowing that up. And then chickens. I might have to figure out the chicken thing. I've never dealt with them, so that could be interesting. Nitrogen also probably should be pumped in here, so I need to start actually setting up a feeding system for this. So I might write myself a note, because otherwise my soybeans are going to starve, which I don't. I mean, I've got 8 seeds, so I can restart this plot, but I don't really want to go backwards in it. So that's what the deal is. I do have a little bit of time because that tank has some nitrogen in it, which is probably what's saving me actually right now. So, but I think that's a good spot to call it for tonight. I think, other than scrubbing the save once, kind of unintentionally. Oh well, we had some fun. So I will call her there for the night, and yeah. So like to see you. Oh my goodness. Like to thank you all for watching, and we will catch you again next time.